I just did a full video of the best advice that I have, and that video wasn't saved. So let me see if I can boil it down. A lot of people have emotions. Emotions is a good thing. Emotions is energy stuck in your body, and not necessarily stuck in a bad way. Emotions are just passing through us. So if you let an emotion pass through you, that's a good thing. You actually want that. You want to practice emotions passing through you, especially if you're a man, because a lot of men, and I'm talking not men who are trying to act like women, but actual men who are dealing with serious issues, because the gender that kills themselves the most are actually men. Look up suicidal rate for men, you know that we need help. So I want to share this, and a lot of men probably don't want to listen to this. And even if you are a woman and you feel the same way, this is also for you. A lot of the time, we know that emotions are passing through us. If we ignore that, which is our nature, to have emotions and pass through them, you actually have a thyroid system that creates hormones that will change your mood. If you understand the importance of this, then you understand the emotions of your body is created based on things that you do, things think and feel. Emotions are passing through you. Even the food that you eat has a lot of power over you. So that's why you want to eat clean, good, organic food. And it can be meat as well as vegetables, whatever you want. We can talk about that in another day, in another video. But you can go to Mark Barner on Instagram, which is my Instagram profile. I talk about health all the time, not only mental health. But mental health wise today, I want to give you the advice that if you have emotions that you don't listen to and you don't act upon them, you can actually have serious diseases later in life, even short term as long term. We know that stress is just an emotion that excels to being more than one emotion. So eventually stress can be a thought that turns into an emotion that turns into a stress. And of course, more people are susceptible to this, but if you are an overthinker, you're more susceptible for anxiety and stress and other things. So really how to clear your mind and clean your body out for these emotions, you can do like a dog does, and you can shake yourself. And it sounds very strange. I was just at a funeral today, and there was a lot of bottled emotions from a lot of men. And since the person who died, well, actually died from alcohol, which is 3 million people a year worldwide die from alcohol. You still wonder why it's legal, but fine, we have a choice, right? Dogs shake themselves when they want to get rid of an emotion. So if there's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit too much joy, something like that, they do that, right? So that is actually what dogs do, and they do it instinctively because it actually works. So even though you might find it strange, you can find a toilet nearby and actually act upon that by doing something like that if you feel this emotion. But I would urge and invite a lot of men to, if you have an emotion you can't deal with or you don't understand, try to sit with it for 1 minute at a time. Literally, don't try to think about it, but just be like, where does this emotion stem from? How does this emotion feel? There's actually, if you Google it, 5 core emotions. You label it. I actually do this with my clients a lot. We do a call every day on a video call, not live, but we do a video message like I'm doing to you. And we go through 5 core emotions. So we check in with each other. So they will tell me, today I feel like this. I recognize this emotion as being this. And it could be sadness, it could be joy, it can be frustration, it can be many things. Anger, And so when you understand the emotion, you understand, I feel like a tension in my stomach. And I have this emotion today. So when I feel tension in my stomach, now I know what it's connected to. So if I get sick in that area or in this area, or headache, of course, things like that, then you understand, your emotion lives in that part of your body, and you can actually heal that. And the way that you heal it is, of course, shake it off, walks in nature, but actually exercise, pushing your breath. So like that, like breath work, running, lifting weights, things like that can actually push some of that out of you, getting through with anger. If you have a really good girlfriend or a really good wife that can hold space for you, you being angry, punching at the bed or a punching bag, and then when you feel sad, eventually, this is like a mature, manly way of dealing with it. You can stay with your wife or girlfriend and see if they can hold space for you, where you actually let that anger out by crying or something like that, and she just cuddles you or whatever you need. It sounds like a girly thing to do, but it actually isn't. It's a super fast way of healing, because all of us has very often trauma from our childhood, and the way we deal with emotions is because we haven't learned how to deal with them as kids. So some women are able to do this and hold space for men. Other ways to do this, of course, is finding men groups or groups for women. As we know already, a lot of people doing cacao ceremonies and yoga things. There's a lot of groups for men. You can find other men that can actually hold space for you in a masculine, loving way, without you being gay. You know, a lot of men have this opinion that they feel that they will not be masculine enough if they show emotions, but actually the opposite is true. If you know your emotions, you can then be calm, because you know what emotions pass through you. You can listen to them, act upon them, and then let those emotions move through you. That's why you cannot be lonely, but you can feel lonely. You cannot be an angry person, but you can feel angry. And if you do this often, you might be labeled as such. But if you feel it often, it's because you probably haven't let go of that emotion. So I'm hoping this can inspire you to either seek some help, get some support, or do a course like with me, like a month where we check in a session every day, except in the weekends. But we check in with 5 core emotions. We talk through things. You ask on those videos how I can hold space for you. What emotions do you have? And it's like a 3-minute check-in. And we can talk about what your challenges of the day is and how you can go about this. If there's anything I can give feedback on, I'll pick up on the small things about how you feel and how you are, and I'll try to help you go through these things. But mostly, it's actually help for self-help. You will slowly understand your emotions and learn how to act upon them, and when not to act, when to sit with them, because that's a super powerful practice. But also understanding there's a stuck emotion. I don't know how to get rid of it. I try to listen to it. I try to go through breath work. I'm going to go to the gym, punch a bag, go boxing, go lifting some heavy weights, or do a session with some friends who are pushing your limits, so you can actually start feeling yourself. Another way, cleansing emotions, take a hot shower. Every day when you go to work, if you're stressed, anything, hot shower, relaxing, using ethereal oils, essential oils, sorry. You can use whatever you want. But there's a lot of smells that we know physically can change your mood, so you can use those. You can even take herbal medicine like saffron and other things that can help your mood. And we know this is actually almost as effective as Zoloft, except you don't have all the side effects. So yeah, there's a lot of way to do this. Again, shaking as a dog, herbal medicine that can help you out, CBD oils as well. Even being with animals is a wonderful way of releasing energy. And it's hard to be angry about such a loving animal that just pups over and enjoys itself. And so many other ways of healing. So if you want to know more about healing and you want to get help or more advice from this, comment heal in the comments, and I'll send you the information that I have of different places you can find more information on going through these emotions, sitting with them, and getting more inspiration and support about it. If you want to book me, you can find it on markbarner.com/links. You can book me, or you can even look at some of the herbal medicine that I promote, because it helps me, and that's why I'm here, to hold space for you and help you as well. I hope this was inspiring. My other video had other themes in it as well, but I kept it to one point this time, and I hope it helped you. I'll see you in another video.